or a Arnold's Pump Club or something, I can't help it. I get a lot of emails and find out, subscribe to a lot of this type of stuff. And, Manson and this Arnold's Pump Club stuff are some of the only ones that I'll read them and actually like take a second and think through. They're usually pretty well done. This one was pretty cool. And it's an exercise that is from the Stoics, but I got a very heavy Marcus Aurelius vibe from this, but it's written, from this point of view, which is a little more digestible, I think, than some Stoic writings or Marcus Aurelius or whatever. But what can you do if you just focus on what you can control? Man, what do we do when the president disagrees with us on environmental issues? I don't know. There's nothing you can do. And this comes from a guy who was actually the governor of California. It says it's bogus politics. I know because I've been there before. When I was governor, the president didn't agree with me on the environment. I didn't whine. We built a million solar roofs, provided incentive, blah, blah, blah. He did a bunch of stuff where he could in the state that he was governor of. He says he didn't waste time trying to make it a national thing because he didn't have that kind of control. Yeah, he said things. Yeah, he pushed the agenda, but he focused on what he had and what he control. A lot of us don't have that kind of reach, right? We're not the governor of California or the president of the United States, but you are the president of your own life, right? There's an epidemic of complaining around the world about everything. I'm with him. I don't know if it's like just like social media just kind of exposes our ability to complain and gripe really easy. Like it's really easy to make a comment, not even a thoughtful comment. It's really easy. He also talks about like, how certain people or whatever, they find it really easy to talk about how soft people are today. And like he said, he looks at their profile and he realizes the last time they did a push-up was probably when his movie Commando was in theaters. If you think people are soft, start by not being soft yourself. You have the power to do something hard and train every day. Boom. So, challenge, he said, this week, I want you to try something. Whenever you start to complain, stop and ask yourself, what can I do about it? If it does not have to be something huge or world changing, it could be anything you can control, then do it. Go do it. And he's right. Even the smallest action, the smallest thing you do will make you feel better. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing, is actually feeling like they are working towards something. And so we wind up just getting in this downward spiral of just complaining as opposed to doing. And it starts with you, and it starts with the smallest thing. And that smallest thing can then build out. We talk about building habits all the time. If you have a habit of complaining, you can reverse that by turning that into a habit of doing. So like he says, whenever you start to complain, stop and ask yourself, what can I do? So if you're, whatever it is, if you're feeling out of shape, whatever, and you start to complain about something you saw on Instagram or whatever, like as Arnold would say, stop and do 10 push-ups, or just work on something, as opposed to just complaining. May not be the best example, but I think you get the point. Sort of a lateral move into some leadership.